What's good, guys? All right. So I'm doing this live in the car. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Let me know how the stream is going. Let me know if it's choppy, if it's making noise or anything. That's why I did this live in the car. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was my air conditioner unit last time. But yeah, guys, this live is going to be on 5 wide receivers that are number 2 guys on their teams. And a lot of times, we don't like to target guys that are the number 2 guy, right? He's the number 2 guy. But I got some number 2 guys that I'm willing to target at the right ADP. Now, I'm not taking them before probably the number 1. Sometimes I might be willing to fade some of these guys and pick up the starter. Fade the starter and pick up these number 2 guys. So, and also, guys, if you watch the whole live, I got 2 bonus guys for you. Also, guys, make sure that you cop the draft guide. What's going on, Big Wheel? Make sure you cop the draft guide. $24.99. Also, if you need a consultation, that is $50 for 30 minutes. And I can help you out with a draft, anything you need, guys. You can comp that draft consultation at any time, during the season, before the season, and a draft. And you can also I can be with you the whole draft, but that's a little bit more pricey. So if you're a member, you can get that for $60 for the whole draft. But if you're not a member, you got to be Pro Bowl tier or better. If you're not a member, then you have to pay $80. And I can stay with you the whole draft. It could be a week-long draft. It could be a 5-hour draft. It doesn't matter. Okay. So let's get going, guys. Let's start talking about some wide receivers. Let me know how, guys, how the live is. If it's choppy, if it's blurry, what's going on. That way I have context. That way I can fix it if something's going on. Okay. So the first wide receiver that I want to talk about is going to be Jalen Waddle. Yes, guys, Jalen Waddle. And the reason why Jalen Waddle, guys, is a number 2 wide receiver I'm willing to take at the end of the second round, maybe even the third round, definitely the third round, but the end of the second round. And the reason why I'm high on Jalen Waddle, even though he's the number 2 wide receiver. Thank you, TZ. Even though he is the number 2 wide receiver, guys, he's playing on the elite offense. So, guys, in context, when you have number 2 wide receivers and these are elite offense, they are top 5 offenses, they are like number 1 wide receivers. I'd rather have elite number 2 wide receiver than to have a number 1 wide receiver on some terrible offensive team or a team that runs the ball a lot, right? So why would I want the number 1 wide receiver on the Chargers with them having a kind of like a developmental year? They really don't have a lot of experienced guys at the wide receiver. I would rather get a guy like Jalen Waddle than to get the number 1 wide receiver for the Chargers. I also think number 2 wide receivers are good to have as a stack where you can get their number 1 and get their number 2. I want Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on the same team. To me, that's a tremendous stat because I believe one of those guys are going to go for 30 point for the punt, 30 point for the punt, 30 point for the punt, 30 point for the punt. I'm looking for 30 points and 40 points. And so one of those guys is going to do it. And also I like number 2 wide receivers, guys, because they are getting the weaker corner. The defense is shifting to the number 1 guy. Tyreek Hill is going to get a lot of attention. They're going to try to take Tyreek Hill away. They're going to try to take Devon A-Chain away. And then what it's going to do? Well, let's make Waddle beat us. Make Waddle beat us. And Waddle can beat you. Big plays. Y'all know I'm a big play guy. I'm a big play guy. I like big plays over volume because I believe if you can get a big play every single game, that can win you the week. That can give you more than just average week. A 70-yard touchdown, guys, is like 16, 17 points in one play. So I think that's bigger than getting 8 catches for 45 yards in a touchdown. Excuse me. So I love Jalen Waddle. I think Miami has one of the best offenses in the league. All right, let's go on to my next number 2 wide receiver, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. So my next wide receiver 2 that I'm targeting in fantasy football drafts is going to be Devontae Smith. Yes, guys, Devontae Smith. Now, listen, if you could get Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, I think you have a league-winning stack. I said what I said. I think you have a league-winning stack. So I would say that Devontae Smith, guys, has a chance to be a top 12 wide receiver. That's why they gave him a bag. That's why they gave Devontae Smith a bag. They gave Devontae Smith a bag for first of all, because guys, he's probably in the next couple of years going to end up being better than A.J. Brown. Now, he's not better than A.J. Brown right now. A.J. Brown is a stud. A.J. Brown is on his way to be a Hall of Famer. But Devontae Smith runs better routes than A.J. Brown. He just don't have the yak that A.J. Brown has. So don't be surprised if you see Devontae Smith out-target A.J. Brown in some games. You remember last year, he had a couple games where he out-targeted A.J. Brown, and then A.J. Brown made a fuss on the sideline, and they changed everything up. And guys, make sure you put comments. I will get to everybody comment once I read off the list. I will answer every single comment. That's what I do on Fantasy Good Sports. So guys, put your comments in there and I will address it. Make sure you hit the like button. But yes, Devontae Smith, guys, is going to have a great season this year. He's on an elite offense. So target these number 2 wide receivers. Try to get them as stacks. And if you can't get them as stacks, that's okay. You can go get you a running back, 2 stud running backs, and go get these type of guys. Also, guys, you may be surprised with a couple guys that I left off the list. Like I said, whatever questions or comments you have, put it in the comment section. Good, bad, it doesn't matter. Trolls, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all good. I appreciate everybody coming in, no matter if you're a troll or you're a loyal subscriber. I appreciate it, guys. Going on to my number 3 wide receiver. My number 3 wide receiver that I think you should be targeting as a number 2 guy he's the number 2 on his team. And he's probably not going to be a wide receiver 1. But this guy's going to be Rashid Shaheed. Yes, guy, Rashid Shaheed. Michael Thomas is no longer on the New Orleans Saints. The reason why Rashid Shaheed didn't have a bigger season because Michael Thomas was the target leader. Well, he wasn't the target leader, but I would say he was top 24 in targets in the NFL the first 4 or 5 weeks before he got hurt. I believe with Chris Olave being the guy that he is, he's been getting a lot of targets. I like Chris Olave, but I'm not taking him in a lot of drafts. This is the opportunity where I tell you can fade, per se fade, because I don't mean fade where, oh, he sucks, he's terrible, I don't want him, oh my God. No, that's not what I mean. I would rather have Rashid Shaheed than to take Chris Olave at the ADP of what, early 2nd round, and you get Rashid Shaheed, what, in the 6th, 7th round, 8th round? And I believe Rashid Shaheed makes big plays. This is the type where you be like, oh, you playing against somebody, like, oh, he got Rashid Shaheed as his number 2. Oh, I got this. And then Rashid Shaheed catch a bomb, and you be like, man, this is some bull crap. This is some bull. That's what happens in fantasy. That's why we love the fantasy game. And I like to take risks on players that have boom upside, and Rashid Shaheed got boom upside. Not even mentioning the kickoff return, the new type of format that they have. He's going to have a chance to get some kick returns this year. So I love Rashid Shaheed. Him and Derek Carr and Rashid Shaheed was on the same page. Chris Olave and Derek Carr got into it. And you know, when you get into it with Derek Carr, that's rough. I'm not saying Chris Olave did anything back to him, but it's rough. Derek Carr gets along with everybody. When Henry Ruggs got in that trouble, Derek Carr spoke up for him early. He was like, hey, man, I love this guy. This is a good guy. He made a mistake. But when it came to Chris Olave, they was arguing on the sideline. Rashid Shaheed was the one that you felt like they had a lot of good chemistry together. A lot of great chemistry together. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Let's get the likes up, guys. We got 34 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. All you gotta do is go to the top, guys, and hit the 3 buttons, and that's where you hit the like button. It's at the top. What's going on, Silver Rapture? But yes, guys, Rashid Shaheed. Let's move on, guys. If you watch the whole live, I got 2 bonus guys for you that are great number 2 wide receivers. They number 2 wide receivers, but they good. I think you should be picking these guys up. They bonus guys. All right. The next guy is going to be Brandon Ayuk from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, that's a tricky one. Who's the number 2? Is it Debo or is it Brandon Ayuk? Brandon Ayuk is the guy who runs more down the field routes, but Debo is like the number 1 guy because he's always out on the field and the way they use him. So I think you're getting a great value when you're getting Brandon Ayuk. That's almost like a number 1 wide receiver because of the way San Francisco plays. When he got a wide receiver beside him like Debo, who's getting carries like 6 or 7 carries a game, getting predominantly slants. And the guy that they looking to win down the field like a number 1 is Brandon Ayuk. Great in separation, according to PFF. Great in separation. So I love Brandon Ayuk, guys. I'm waiting for him to get the deal. They haven't signed him to a deal. No matter what, I'm still willing to get Brandon Ayuk, and he's going like in the 4th round this year. In the 4th round, getting him as your number 2 wide receiver is killer. So if you go stud, RB, and you get Brandon Ayuk as your number 1 wide receiver, I don't think that's a bad move either. Ayuk, guys, was, I think, number 2 and number 3 and yards per catch. Brock Purdy probably had the best yards in the league. This is a special type of team. This offense runs so smoothly. These guys don't have to get a lot of value. They don't have to get 12 targets. They can get like 6 targets and catch 5 balls and have 80 yards with a TD. That's the way you look at a San Francisco 49er outside of CMC. George Kittle don't get a lot of value. Debo don't get a lot of catches. He get catches and goal line carries and stuff like that. Ayuk don't get a lot of targets. But when he get the targets, he catch them. His catch percentage is one of the highest wide receivers in the game. The whole San Francisco offense is this way. They broke records with yards with their catch percentage. I think Brock Purdy almost had like a 71, 72% completion percentage this year in most games. So I love Brandon Ayuk. I'm taking them out. These are good guys that you can say, okay, I'm okay with taking these guys. These are my guys. Now listen, there's a lot of number 2 wide receivers. It's 32 number 2 wide receivers out there. But these are my favorite. You may disagree. Make sure you hit the like button. I will be getting to everybody comment, guys. So troll, good comment, bad comment, you don't like it, whatever, guys. I'll welcome it all. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Let me get another drink of coffee. Okay. So, guys, my last but not least, before I get to the bonus, guys, is going to be Chris Godwin. Yes, guys, Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, listen, Chris Godwin, guys, came off a knee injury 2 years ago, right? And ever since then, he quite ain't been the same Chris Godwin. But last year, at the end of the season, in the 4th quadrant in the fantasy football playoffs, Chris Godwin started leading his team in targets. Baker Mayfield went from hyper-targeting Mike Evans, who was having an incredible top 5 season like he usually does, to where Mike Evans fell off a little bit with 2 or 3 points, and then Chris Godwin started being in the top 12. I think he finished in the top 12 twice in the last 3 weeks of the season, which was the fantasy football playoffs. I believe Chris Godwin is a little bit younger, and why would you wear Mike Evans out? And because you know he has hamstring problems. So I would say just manage Mike Evans until you get into big games. Chris Godwin is going to be the guy that they hyper target. So I love Chris Godwin in the PPR league. I'm taking him as my number 2 wide receiver team a lot this year when I'm in my drafts. It seems like I'm getting Chris Godwin. Nobody's really taking Chris Godwin. Nobody's really hyper targeting him, and I mean that by hyper drafting him. Like nobody's really like, oh my God, I got Chris Godwin. Nobody's on that. So I'm willing to take him. Let him fall to me. I'm ready to get that draft value. This is a great value right here on the board. I love Chris Godwin. Really good numbers with Tom Brady, and had good numbers with Baker Mayfield last year, especially down the stretch in the flex, because he was in flex play in most leagues, depending on your league format. Yes, sir. What's going on, Harambe? I see you, bruh. Right, they are, bruh. They are. Toros are fans too, and as long as they don't get crazy in the comment section and start spamming, they welcome here to come to this channel and troll. I appreciate it. No cap. Guys, let's get the likes up. We got 27 people in here. We got 10 likes. Let's get the likes up. Come on, let's get the likes up. So let's get on to these two bonus guys. Thank y'all for watching the whole live. Right, Harambe. The first one's going to be Cooper Kupp. You might say, Cooper Kupp? He's the number 2. He is the number 2. But all number 2s ain't equal. All number 2s ain't equal. Cooper Kupp is probably like, he's the number 2 because Cooper Kupp is the number 2 because of Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua had an extremely fantastic year last year. He's a young guy. But Cooper Kupp is going to be the underneath guy, kind of like a Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman wasn't a number 1, but his target share was like a number 1. And Cooper Kupp target share is going to be elite. It's going to be top 10 to top 5. He's going to get a lot of targets from Matthew Stafford. But I believe when stuff hit the fan, you're going to see that Puka Nacua is the number 1. So guess what that means? Great value for Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, if you get Cooper Kupp as your number 1 wide receiver, and you went Breachall, and you get Bijan Robinson, and then you get let's say Saquon Barkley. I'm not saying this is how it's going to happen, but you can get that. Let's say that happens, and then you get Cooper Kupp as your number 1 wide receiver. But he wasn't the number 1 wide, like he wasn't a top 5 wide receiver taken off the board. So you killing it. Where this guy can finish as a top 5. I believe there are going to be 2 wide receivers to finish top 12 on this team. I believe Puka Nacua is going to finish as a top 12 wide receiver, and I believe that Cooper Kupp is going to finish as a top 12 wide receiver. Sean McVay has done it 3 times in his career. He's done it twice with Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. And he did that with, was it with Brandon Cooks? Did he do that with Brandon Cooks? I might be off on that. I think, and he did it with Brandon Cooks and another wide receiver. Now, Matthew Stafford can do that. We know Matthew Stafford is one of the best hyper target guys it is. Not to get off subject, but Big Ben is a guy that can hyper target a wide receiver like he did Antonio Brown. Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady. Them the only guys I've seen can really just straight hyper target a guy and just give him crazy targets. And so I'm okay with taking 2 guys on a team with this type of talent, with this type of target share, with a quarterback like Matthew Stafford and an offensive coordinator like Sean McVay. This is elite special offense. So I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to squeeze. I want this stack. I want Matthew Stafford, I want Puka Nacua, and I want Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp was dinged up last year, so he was he had a couple of drops that he never has, like, really, you never really seen from him. It's because he was rusty. He didn't get to work out in the camp like he should have because of his hamstring. So I'm going to even be better, and Puka Nacua is going to be better. They are working out together now. Puka Nacua is learning from Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford is telling these guys, this is what I need from you. This is what we're going to do. I love the Rams. I love the Los Angeles Rams this year. I think this team is going to be elite. I said what I said. I think this team is going to be elite. So right now, if you want to go make a bet, go bet the Rams to go win more than like 7 games. That's money. And that, you know what? Vegas might already be on it. I haven't looked it up yet. Okay. So guys, let's get the likes up. There we go. Let's come on. We got 12 likes in here, guys. Let's get the likes up. I'm slowing down. I'm not going to read the next guy that I have, and I'm not going to answer any questions until we get the likes up. I'm not going to read your comment out until we get the likes up. So I'm going to pause for a little bit. Pause. What's going on, Aaron? What's going on, bruh? All right, we got 14. We need about 6 more likes. Let's get about 6 more likes. I'm providing cutting edge content here. Yes, sir. Tell them, TZ. We got 15. Let's get a couple more. We got 30 people in the chat. Let's get a couple more. I see you, Dollar Bill. I see you, Isaac. Let's get these likes up. We got 15. What is that? Yep, still on 15. All right, so let's talk about this last guy. We got 16 in here now. Okay, let's keep getting the likes up, fellas. As long as the likes are going, I'll stay on this and I'm gonna get to everybody comment. Nico Collins from the Houston Texans. Now, we might say, well, is that the number 2? He might be the number 1. Stephon, who cares? It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna put him as the number 2 wide receiver because there's so many guys to feed. So many mouths to feed. Pause. So when there are a lot of targets to be dispersed out on a team, the guy to target most of the time is the number 2 guy because you get him at a great value. If you draft Stephon Diggs as a number 1 wide receiver, you could be disappointed some weeks. But if you get Nico Collins as a number 2 wide receiver in the 4th round, 3rd round, depending on what type of league you're playing in, depending on the format, you killing it. You're getting great value. You're getting great value with Nico Collins because if he get 5 targets, you're not going to be upset. You didn't draft him to be the number 1. But if he be the number 1, if he be the number 1, you didn't killed it. That's what happened last year. You got Nico Collins in the 6th, 7th round, and he ended up being a number 1 wide receiver, a top 12 wide receiver. He finished his top 5 wide receiver some weeks. You killed it. 30 point, 40 point. 30 point, 40 point. So, guys, I love Nico Collins this year at the right ADP. I'm not taking him in the 2nd round. Earlier, before Stephon Diggs got there, I was taking him in the 2nd round. I was thinking he was going to be hyper-targeted as a number 1 wide receiver. But I'm still good with him being where he's going to get less targets because, they're going to be scoring more touchdowns because they got a better team. And so his value going to drop because of Stephon Diggs. People are going to go after Stephon Diggs, and I'm going to get Nico Collins. Now, listen, this count go on. People might put Nico as the number 1 guy. He might not be the value guy. It might end up being Stephon Diggs. To me, you should get the guy who's being the number 2. Whoever drop, you get that guy, the number 2 guy. Even Tank Dell as the number 3 wide receiver. I love Tank Dell. CJ Stroud, to me, guys, and this video is not about quarterbacks. CJ Stroud, to me, is probably going to finish as the number 1 throwing quarterback. Now, rushing quarterbacks is different. He might not be number 1 because maybe one of these Russian quarterbacks might come and get him, like an Anthony Richardson or something like that. But far as throwing from the pocket this year, CJ Stroud going to be unbelievable with the weapons that he have in the coaching tree. This is going to be a really good team. Baltimore is going to have to worry about this team. Guys, make sure you comment. I will get to everybody comment. I just wanted to read off my list. Before I start answering comments. So, guys, make sure you get Nico Collins. Great value. All right, let's see what the like said. Let me see if I'm going to start answering questions. I think we got like 18 likes, guys. That's pretty good. Give me one more. Let me get one more like, and then I'm going to start reading the questions, and then I'll check back. But we need to get about 20. We got 30 people in here. We need to get about 20 likes. I'm providing content. Even the trolls, hit the like button, guys, or hit the dislike button. I'm okay. As long as you hit a button, I'm okay. You can hit the thumbs down button or the thumbs up button. But I don't want you sitting over here just getting free content, right? Be for real. If you're a troll, be a big time troller. Say, hey, I'm troll. I'm here to troll. I'm a beast. I ain't scared. I respect that. Yes, sir. TZ. TG says I'm targeting Rams playmakers and Detroit playmakers all draft. What you think about Marquise Brown this season of the Chiefs? I'm not that high on him. I'm not that high on him, bruh. I take him, but it's got to be late in the draft, so I probably won't be able to get him. I'd rather take Xavier Worthy. Shoot, y'all you might think I'm crazy, bruh, but I think I'd rather take Kadarius Toney. I know, man, and I don't expect nobody to agree with me on that one, but I think I'd rather take Kadarius Toney than to take Marquise Brown because I think he could be good for you in some quadrants. I think in certain quadrants he could be good for you. I just don't think the draft him is like, oh, I got an elite guy. No. But look, the first week he could go off for 2 touchdowns. So I'm not saying don't draft him. I'm just not targeting him on my list. I think there's a lot of other value out there. And also the Chiefs, man, they spread the ball around. The only guy that I'm really trusting for the Chiefs this year like that, I like Travis Kelce at the right value. I like Pat Mahomes at the right value. And that's about it. Even Pacheco at the right value. I'm not really drafting a lot of Chiefs this year, unless they fall. All right, let's go up here to the top, get to some of these comments. I appreciate everybody being here. We got 20 likes. Yes, sir. All right, so let's go to work. Pause. All right. Yep, I see Big Will in here. I see Big Grow. Hey, make sure you hit the like button, bruh. He says, yeah, that's not bad. And TZ says, yep, the boom guys. He says they trash. Isaac says Waddle. Yes, I love Waddle. I've been on Waddle ever since he came in the league. And then when Tyreek Hill got there, I really was high on him. Benny Negro from the Queen says, where are my Jets fans at, guys? Where the Jet fans at? Aaron Rodgers already he had a little bit of a heel issue. I guess I don't know what it is. Hopefully it ain't nothing bad, right? He's coming off that Achilles injury. Benny the Negro says, Garrett Wilson is a top 5 wide receiver. Bro, I'm not going to sit here and say you wrong. If Aaron Rodgers is healthy, Garrett Wilson can be that. He can get the target share. He's very talented. I just haven't drafted him a lot in my past drafts, but he's very talented. Benny Negro says Jets gonna mess around and win a Super Bowl. Hey, they could, bro. I ain't gonna sit here. You at the right. Hey, listen, this is cutting edge content. You ain't trolling my channel with that. Anything can happen. It's sports. Anything can happen. Now, if I thought it was crazy, I'd be like, I doubt if that happened. But hey, I'm not. They got a great defense. They got a great running back. The offensive line is a little bit, challenged, but they got Tyron Smith. And I think Tyron Smith, even though he's older, he still knows the game. And if he can stay healthy for most of the season and protect Aaron Rodgers' blind side, TG says, GW depends on Aaron Rodgers staying healthy all season. Right. Garrett Wilson. I agree with that 100%. Benny says target Lazard. Man, I don't know, man. Lazard, listen, before last year, I liked Lazard. He didn't get no targets last year. That team, it was with Zach Wilson, he couldn't. I don't think he got a target. I don't think he got a target, especially with the other backups coming in. I don't think he got a target. It's tough for me to take Lazard, the Lizard King, at all this year. Civil Rapture in the building. Chilling, bro. Soaking up the insight. Appreciate you. Rodney, what's going on, Rodney? Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, Rodney. Appreciate you being here. Rodney says, do you like Michael Wilson? Yes, but I'm picking him up probably off the waiver wire or getting him at the last pick of my draft. But I do like Kyler Murray, and I do think Kyler Murray will be having an elite season. I do think he could be in the top 12 easy. He's been a top 5 quarterback before he was a top 5 quarterback before he got hurt. So why not? I like Michael Wilson. Now, I don't think Michael Wilson is going to be better than Marvin Harrison. I don't think he's going to be better than Trey McBride. But I do think he's going to have some games where he's going to get some touchdowns because he's going to be the number 3 guy. You know, kind of like a DeMarcus Robinson, right? So, yeah, Michael Wilson is a guy you definitely need if you want to stash him. If you got a lot of RBs and you need to find value for wide receiver, I would definitely stash Michael Wilson in case something happened with no, Michael Wilson probably is the number 2 right now. You're right, brother. I see what you're saying. Michael Wilson probably is the number 2 wide receiver right now on the other side for Marvin Harrison. So, yes, why not? He's more experienced than Marvin Harrison. So, yes, I think that's a great stash. Great stash. TZ says, keep it real. Trolls are fans too, bro. You right. Harambe, what's up, bruh? He says, trolls going to always troll. Right. Harambe says, 3 dots upper right to hit the like button. Yes, sir. 3 dots on the upper right corner. Hit the like button, guys. Let's get the likes up. Harambe says, cup or water this year. That's tough, Harambe. That's a great. That's the question. If I wish I had a soundboard, I would give you Don DeMarco because that's the question of the day so far. I would say cup by the hair off of my chinny chin chin. It's very, very close. That might be a tie. That's a great question, bruh. I'm gonna go with Waddle. Cup. I'm going with Cup. If you was to pick Waddle, I wouldn't be mad at you, but I'm going with Cup because of him being the PPR monster. Like, he gonna get a lot of targets. So I'm gonna go with Cup. Adios, what's up, bro? Adios Ramirez. He says Waddle just got the bag. Yes, sir. I did a live on that the other day. He did. 70, was it like $70 million guaranteed? $70 million guaranteed? $80 million total contract? Silver Raptor says, I think one season Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, and Cup had 1,000 yards. Right. That's how Sean McVay is. Appreciate the info, bro. Yep. That's why I love Sean McVay. That's why I'm targeting Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp this year. With golf at quarterbacks. Facts, Silver Rapture. Facts. Sick Nasty says, Silver Rapture, what's good, bro? What's going on with you, Sick Nasty? Pause. I got to be careful calling a grown man Sick Nasty. Pause. Appreciate you being here, bro. And Silver Rapture said, what up, Nasty? Pause. What's going on, Aaron Holloway? Always showing support. What's up, bro? Let's get the likes up, fellas. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm just reading some greetings. Slot Queen. What's going on, Slot Queen? Glad to see you here. I just traded Jaden Reed, Zach Charbonnet, and a 2025 third-round pick for Higgins. What's your thoughts? I wouldn't have done it. But I'm biased. I'm not going to sit there and say that's a bad move. That's not what I do here on my channel. I don't claim to know everything. I may be very bold with my takes, and I may be very confident in what I'm saying, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm right all the time. All right, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get a light in here if it makes a little bit of a difference. Okay. A little spicy in here. I'm gonna leave the door open a little bit. Now I wouldn't have done it not for T. Higgins. T. Higgins not on my list. That's one of the guys that's not on my list. I think T. Higgins is good value. I don't know, guys. I don't have no explanation, no great breakdown. It's just a pure fade. And I always tell my followers, you gotta have a pure fade sometimes. Sometimes you can't take everybody, and I always say the same type of metaphor. You can't date and sleep with every woman that want to be with you. Same thing with as a woman. You can't sleep with every man that want to be with you. Sometimes you gotta be like, nah, I'm good. You know, you a nice looking guy, or you're or you're a nice looking girl, but I'm good. It's not for me. You might say, well, why? I got money. I'm a good person. I go to church and all this. I'm sorry. I just don't want to date you. Same thing. That's why I'm fading T. Higgins. It's the same way. Listen, he tall. He's 6'4", 6'3". He a decent route runner. He can catch. He can make big plays. I just don't like the situation. If he was on another team, let's say Kansas City or something, I might take him. maybe the Panthers or something like that, I might take him. But him being on the Cincinnati Bengals, he could end up being a top 5 wide receiver. I'm gonna be okay with not having him on my team. And if it don't work out, I guess I could take a victory lap. It just was the pure fade for me. So it might be a good. I'm not targeting T. Higgins. Did I think you overpaid? I do a little bit. I like Zach Charbonnet, but if you didn't need a running back, you didn't overpay. 2025 third and Jaden Reed. I mean, I think it's okay value. I give that trade. I rank it or grade it as a C+, C+ to a B. And that's because of how I feel about T. Higgins. If I thought T. Higgins was going to be a top 12, top 24 guy, I guess I would say a B. James Matthews, what's up, bro? He says, make me a sandwich. Yes, sir, bro. If you ever come around my way, man, I got a couple females. I can get them to make you a sandwich. I'm not going to make you one. Appreciate you being here, though, James. Appreciate you being here. Crazy World says, CJ going for 40 passing touchdowns this season. Hey, man, that ain't a bold prediction. I mean, a lot of people say that's about, all right, bro, you on point. You on point. Rami says, James, get a job. Dread Life. What's up, Dread Life? He says, Marvin Harrison Jr. Thoughts? I like Marvin Harrison Jr., but I'm not taking him in the second round, Dread. I'm not taking him in the second round. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. I'm not taking him in the second round. The reason why I'm not taking Marvin Harrison in the second round, I think that's too much pressure. Now, listen, can he be a Jamar Chase? Can he be a Justin Jefferson? He could be. He talented like that. He definitely is talented as Justin Jefferson was. Jamar Chase was the better athlete, but he's just as talented as a Justin Jefferson. Why not? Why not? So I think you should take him at in the late third, predominantly the fourth round. I would feel safe about it. Big Breakfast, what's up, bro? He said Tank Dell is going to disappoint at ADP. I don't know. It depends on what ADP that you taking him at. Me, I'm seeing him going in the fourth and fifth round. I think that's great value. That's just a boom guy. He's not going to be no top 12 guy, but if he could be a top 24, top 30 in a 3 wide receiver league and give you a couple boom weeks, especially in the fantasy football playoffs, that's all you need. The fantasy football playoffs is so important, guys. It's bigger than the regular season because you can lose to the number 6 seed or the 7th seed depending on how you do your format or how you break down your playoff teams. And if they got Tank Dell, he can hit you with a 70-yard bomb. Tank Dell is fast. He's a good route runner. So it just depends on your league, man, and where people are taking him. James says, okay. Like I said, man, I got a couple ladies, man, that will make you a sandwich, bro. A pimento cheese sandwich. From the cheap grocery store. From Piggly Wiggly. Crazy World, what's going on? He says Xavier Worthy is a dice roll, but if he hits with Reed and Mahomes, he's a great option for a third, fourth wide receiver. I agree 100%. I don't have nothing to say about that. What's up, Ro? I agree with you 100%, bro. I think I took him in. I think I took him at the 1-8 of a rookie draft. I had to. He with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's like taking CEH at the 8th pick. A lot of people took CEH as the number 1 pick. At the 8th pick, he was been a good pick, even though he didn't end up being like a great running back. That's okay. So Xavier Worthy, if he drop a couple passes, I don't care because he's going to have some big weeks, and I'm just trying to hit that boom. That's why I keep saying the boom because that's what matters to me in fantasy football. To you, it might not. I like big plays. I like big plays, not because I just like it because I like to watch it. I like it because I think it helps you win fantasy football fantasy football leagues and games. DK Metcalf gets the Cowboys. I played him that week. Why? Because I knew he could boom, and he did. And in a couple games, he gave me like 6 points. I'm okay with that, the way my team was structured. What's up, Ro? Crazy World says Hollywood will have 1,200 and 1,208. I don't know. Okay. He could. Listen, you ain't lying, especially playing with Pat Mahomes. You're right. He could. He definitely could. Breakfast says, if you take Tony at any point in your draft, you wasted a pick, in my opinion. Yes, I agree with that. I'm not saying that I going to take Tony, but I would rather have Kadarius Toney than to have Marquise Brown. Me, personally. Because my team, I'm not going to even go across Marquise Brown. I'm going to have guys like Jackson Smith and Jigba, Christian Watson. I'm going to have all these other guys. So you gotta use content. A lot of people don't know how to listen to my content. They be like, wait, you like Jared Goff over CJ Stroud? No, man, that means that I'm fading CJ Stroud at that early pick and I'm waiting late to get Jared Goff. It don't mean that Jared Goff is better than CJ Stroud. It's context. That's how I look at it. Chiefs talking about pushing the ball down the field. Right. Yes, sir. Blisters A-Rod. Aaron Holloway says Water is going to be the #1 wide receiver next year. I think he is healed last year with the Dolphins. I don't think so. Look, Tyreek Hill had a lot of babies, and he got to pay for them. That's one of my favorite players of all time. Outside of Troy Polamalu, Tyreek Hill is probably my second favorite player right now, and he's going to play for a while. And you ain't even seen the second phase of his career where he goes into the slot and be a slot guy and still be one of the fastest guys in the league. So I think Tyreek Hill plays. I don't know. I think he's going to play more than 2 or 3 more years. I do believe that. Crazy World says if Cousins is good to go, the Falcons will be a 6 and 7, be a top 6 or 7 offense. Listen, man, I gotta wait. Kirk Cousins just finally had the year that we wanted him to, and he was playing as a top 5 quarterback. Let's let him get back there first. Outside of that, he's been like a top 12 guy, right? A borderline top 12 guy. Didn't play big in big games. Last year was the first time he was playing big in big games. So let's give him a little bit of grace. I still like Drake London. I still like Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson at the right ADP. I love Bijan. It doesn't matter. I'm taking Bijan in the first round. The rest of the guys, I'm kind of waiting for them to fall to me at the right ADP. Crazy World says Drake London. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, man. I didn't see that super chat. My bad, Silver Rapture. It doesn't pop up on this type of live like that. I'm sorry, man. I'm not gonna make my super chats work like that. He says hit the like and cut for cutting edge content. Thank you, Silver Rapture. Appreciate that, bro. I'm sorry I seen it so late. My bad. It didn't pop up like I thought it should. Okay, I see another super chat. Let me see. Let me get Detroit play. Okay, yep. Here's another one. Okay, TZ says, I'm targeting Rams playmakers in Detroit. Okay, we did that one already. Okay, there we go. All right, let me find where I was at. Okay, I gotta find where I'm at, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's say, okay, Drake London will finally feast this season. Hope so. All right, yeah. Hope so, guys. I don't know. All right, there we go. I don't know. I like Drake London, but I'm not taking him super early just because Kirk Cousins got traded there or he signed a contract there. I like Drake London. I'm willing to buy low on him, but I'm not gonna automatically think that he's gonna have a top 5 season because of Kirk Cousins. I need to see it first. Okay. The Rose says, I don't understand why James wants you to make a sandwich so bad. Yeah, man, it's a troll. But it's all good. It's all good. Harambe says, cause he's lazy. Ed Tay says, what's good, big homie? What's going on with you, Ed Tay? Let's celebrate the 10th super on the live stream. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Ed Tay says, you like Keon Coleman from the Bills? I do. I like him at the right. I'd rather take him than to take Marvin Harrison. So if somebody takes Marvin Harrison in the second round and I didn't take him and I picked another player like a Waddle, I'm okay with that. And then I get Keon Coleman in the 5th or 6th round, I'm okay with that. That's what fantasy football is. It's about waiting later and getting another guy at another ADP that has the same opportunity to boom. And at that ADP where you faded that guy, you get a guy who's going to be used a lot, right? That's what fantasy football is about. David Taylor, what's going on, bruh? Yes, sir. The Rose is Water over Cup, in my opinion, right? I'm gonna go with Cup, but I respect that Arambi and Rowe. Aaron Holloway says Puka, Cup are the duo to get for fantasy. I agree. Linebacker says YouTube, what's good? He says, quick question: who is your top rookie quarterback back for 2024-24 season? No, you didn't, did you, linebacker? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, bruh. It's Shadur Sanders. It's Shadur Sanders. I love Shadur Sanders. Guys, I think Shadur Sanders is gonna be the best rookie quarterback of all time. I said what I said. Hey guys, listen, I've been watching the game for over 25 years. I'm 37 years old. I've probably been watching the game longer than that, ever since I've been a kid. And breaking the game down and playing it, I've been, like, I know football. I may not be Bill Belichick with all the X's and O's, but I'm right there under it, right? No, I'm not trying to cap or trying to boast. But when I saw this guy play last year, I was so shocked. When it wasn't that he was like, they beat Oregon or whatever. It was not Oregon, but I forgot the first team that they played. I wasn't shocked that they won the game and how many points they scored. It's the way Shadur Sanders commanded that offense and how quick the ball. Guys, that's why when I watch quarterbacks, when you can sit back and you can get the ball out quick and hitting people accurate and throwing it where only they can get it, it's probably the most important. That's the quarterback that I want. I'm not looking for some type of 6'6" guy who could throw the ball 95 yards. That's Jamarcus Russell. Also good coaching. So you know he's had good coaching because of his father, and he's also been training with Tom Brady. So I love Shadur Sanders. I think Shadur Sanders is going to be the best quarterback of all time. I'm trying to save up my first round picks to try to move up to get Shadur Sanders. But listen, that's a secret. Dreadlight says, what Bear wide receiver to target? I would say DJ Moore. That's the only one that I'm targeting as in right now. Maybe in the season you might have to trade for one, but right now I'm only targeting DJ Moore, and I might take Romeo Aduze late in my drafts. Not early, but like 6th, 7th, 8th round, just depending. Rodney says, do you think Malachi Colley can become the number 2 wide receiver for the Jets? I don't know. I have no clue, bro. We just gonna have to wait and see that out. We got to make sure that Aaron Rodgers can be healthy to start the season. But of course, anybody on the outside of the Garrett Wilson is up. It's gonna be a competition. We got to watch camp. We got to watch preseason. Stacy, what's good? Silver Rapster says, laugh out loud. Great content. Thanks. Anytime, bro. Slot Cream says, give it to me. I can take it. Pause. I don't know I'm not even going to eat that up or nothing. Pause. The Rose says, I actually like Higgins. I respect that. Arambi said he's no Olave. Stop it, Arambi. Hey, I'm gonna start calling you Olave. When I see you come in the chat, I'm like, hey, that's Olave. Slot Queen says, I feel you. Pause. I still have Montgomery. Okay. Guys, it's getting dark out here. If it gets too dark out here, guys, I will move to the house and take it inside of my office. Okay, we got a super chat. Hopefully I can find my spot, but let me go get this super chat. David Taylor says 10-team PPR, keeper league, super flex, 5 keepers. Anthony Richardson, St. Brown, Gibbs, and McBride. McBride, keep Kenneth Walker or use a 5th round pick. Suggestions. Okay, so it's a 10-team league. So that means quarterbacks are not that important in a 10-team league. PPR, so that means full PPR, super flex. So quarterbacks are still not that important because it's 10 teams. So you can find a quarterback. You got 5 keepers. So your 5 keepers are Anthony Richardson, St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, I like that, and McBride, and you keeping Kenneth Walker, or use a 5th round pick. I would use a 5th round pick. Now, DeRoe would tell you he loves Kenneth Walker. Me, I think Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker is going to have to fight for that job. I think the coaches, because there's no longer Pete Carroll is there, so they're gonna say, well, who's gonna be the best back? And so they're gonna be getting alternated. Who gonna give me what? So to me, I would rather go back in as a 5th round and pick somebody, especially in the 10-team league. You're gonna get great value there. I don't think Kenneth Walker is good enough to keep, where you can get guys like a Zamir White in the 5th. I think Zamir White got the backfield to itself. I would rather have Zamir White than have Kenneth Walker. So I would say go back and let Kenneth Walker go and get that 5th round pick. Appreciate that, David Taylor. Appreciate that. All right. Slot Queen says I still have Montgomery. Montgomery is a great goal line back. Great goal line back. Slot Queen says Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, and Moss. Okay. Brooks, I didn't draft a lot of Brooks this year because he came off a knee injury. I need to see it. Pause. Trey Benson, I like him as catching passes, especially with James Conner always been a little bit volatile where he missed 3 to 4 games each season. I don't know who the Moss guy is. Zach, maybe that you talking about Zach Moss. I'm okay with Zach Moss to see what happened, but I like Chase Brown. DeRose says Marvin Harrison Jr. will get hot at the end of the season. I agree with that. I think he will, but we'll take him a second to get going, in my opinion. I don't mind his ADP. Okay, but you better hope you can make it to the playoffs by the time he get hot. Pause. What's going on, Ivan? Ivan says, I was the first seed lost to the ACC. I'm telling you, it happens. That's why you want to get guys are going to be good in the 4th quadrant. I make videos on that all year long. I talk about the 4th quadrant. 4th quadrant are the guys who get hot in the fantasy football playoffs. Chris Godwin, Jahmyr Gibbs, those type of guys. Demario Douglas. Guys, if the live is getting too bad because you can't see me, let me know, and I will go inside the house. Because y'all got the like. I see y'all got the likes up here. Let's get the likes up. Okay, we got 22 likes. Okay. The Rose says I love DK Metcalf current value in Dynasty and redraft. I do too. Love DK with the boom. He's not a consistent guy, but he's a boom guy. TG says someone give James a hug. He needs attention today, like my 6-year-old son or 6-year-old. Corey, what's going on, Corey? He says, would you trade Sun God for Addison? I don't know. AM's 2 first and 2 first in the 2026. Would you trade Sun God for Addison? No, I would not. I'm not trading Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't care about the 2 first unless you need a quarterback. If you need a quarterback and you're trying to get Shadur Sanders or something, maybe. But I'm not on. Nah. Let me see. Silver Raptor says, all good, bro. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Say hi to Sophie. Say hi to Eli. Ben loves the Bursher. Okay. All right. Let me see, guys. Like I said, if it gets too dark, just let me know. I'm liking Pitts at his ADP for the Falcons, right? Thoughts on Mike Evans for fantasy this season? I'm probably fading him and going to get Chris. I'm drafting more Chris Godwin at a later ADP than Mike Evans. I like Chris Godwin a little bit more. Mike Evans is always going to be solid, but you got to get him for the right value. You don't want to overpay for him, but he can start off hot. Pause. Yes, ready for some football. The Rose says Mike Williams won't let Curly become the wide receiver 2 as long as he's healthy. I agree with that. It's going to be tough. We start 2 quarterbacks. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I know, but they still not important because it's 10-team league. You can always go to the waiver wire. That's what I meant. So nothing really in context like that. Nothing you need to take from that. Zach Moss in the second in the rookie draft. Okay, or a second in a rookie draft. Okay. No, I'm not doing that. I'm keeping Amon-Ra St. Brown. Justin Jefferson is insane. Yes, he is. But I'm fading him probably in the first round this year with J.J. McCarthy being his quarterback. Now, at the 110, 111, I don't know. I might have to go ahead and take him there. But I'm not taking him as a top 7 pick. I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown before him. Corey says, my quarterbacks in Dynasty are Allen, Love, Lawrence, and Nix. Yep, you got Allen, Love, Lawrence. You got good quarterbacks. Nifty says, you think DK will be better with the new coaching? Not really, man. He's just going to have boom games. That's just what he is. He's going to have some games where he got 8 points, and he's going to have some games where he got 40 points. 40 points, 8 points. 40 points, 8 points. That's who DK is. I would go with 3 firsts over Chase. I would take 3 firsts over Chase. 6 says, I like Corley's chance or taking the 2 spot just because Williams has had more unhealthy seasons than healthy ones. That's a good point. Listen, I think you just got to stash both guys to see what happened. Corley's definitely a great stash and a great pickup in Dynasty at the right pick. The Rose says Chase over 3 firsts unless projected early in my opinion. Yes. I still take the 3 first. But it depends. I would like to get the 3 first and at least 2 in the same draft. If you can't get none of them in the same draft, don't do it. And those 2 that you get in the same draft got to be in the top 5. So I would say I would take a 1-3 and a 1-6. I would take that and then go back and get another one for the next year. And as you don't know yet, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll take 3 first, but make sure you don't need Jamar Chase. Sometimes these players you can't win a championship with them because they're holding your team back. You depending on them to go for 40 points every game. So I would go with the picks. Corey says picks not till 2026. Now I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do the picks I will wait till 2025. Corey says 2 in 26, 1 in 27. No, I'm not doing that. No, sir. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. It done got dark out here, guys. I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna try to do another live. Tonight. It might be a late night stream. I might do another mock draft. Okay, hold on. David says, appreciate you being here, David. David says, appreciate your insight. If I can trade him, would you trade Kenneth Walker for either of Waddle, Nico, or Derrick Henry for the 5th keeper? I also have picks. I would trade him for Waddle. Listen, I don't remember what you said earlier, what was your team, but make sure that if you trade him for Waddle, that you can get all those guys out on the field. Make sure that you can get all those guys out there. I don't like trading for guys, and I'm like, well, I don't got to start them. No, why would you make a trade if you're not going to be able to start all the guys? So make sure if you make that trade where you trade Kenneth Walker away, if you get Waddle, make sure you be able to start him in the flex or the wide receiver 2 or 3. I think that's a great trade. I would do that right now. Yes, sir. I will trade Kenneth Walker for Waddle. As long as you got some good running backs. I think you could be able to get Zamir White. It's some good late running backs like Alvin Kamara, James Cook, Zamir White. Zach Moss or Chase Brown. I'm going with Chase Brown for the PPR, especially in half-point PPR. I might go Zach Moss. But full-point PPR, I'm going Chase Brown. Appreciate you, David. Appreciate you here, man. Appreciate you being here. I can start all of them. Okay, that's great. 5 keeper league. Okay. Sport Dog, what's up, brother? He said, hey, TD 100. Been crazy busy the last 2 weeks. Now I have some free time. I know you've been I know you doing updates on the draft guide. Are you updating automatically, or do I need to do anything to update them? No, bro. I haven't updated anything right now because I haven't seen fit, but I will. It's a couple more things I need to edit that I saw that I didn't like on there that I'm gonna change some things around. But I will be getting to that, bro. Thank you for hitting me up. Just let me know. You should get the automatically update, but I will email me, make sure I got your email, and that way you can say, yeah, it just updated. 2027. Because if you're having a draft, let me know, bro. Also, let me know if you're having a draft, because if maybe it's something on there that you might say, is this still what I think as my rankings? Just let me know that. But I will be getting to that, guys. I haven't really focused on that real hard, because I believe on my rankings that I gave earlier, and I don't want to change them because I ain't had a lot of information. The salary, the contracts ain't gonna make me change where I got my guys ranked at, because it ain't nothing really changed. Nobody's got hurt or anything. I still like Kyron Williams where I got him, even though he got a little bit of a foot injury. 2027 rookie second round pick or Zach Moss. 2027 a second round pick. All right, peace, Harambe. Thanks for the show, broski. Anytime, sit. Sports Out said, okay. Yep, what's going on, Jerry? Appreciate it, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Sports Out says my draft will be late September. Okay, so yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna hit you up. Make sure you hit me up on that I got your email. That way I can hit you up and say, listen, man, I just updated to make Sarah. We can make sure that you do get the updates, because this is new to me. Like the way this shared document stuff is new to me. So I apologize, bro, if I ain't been up on that, but I will be up on that. Keep me up on that. Make sure that I'm giving you the content that you need. All right, y'all be safe. Is Madison a rosterable in Dynasty? No. You can have him on there just in case somebody get hurt, like if Zamir White get hurt, but yeah, not really. Yep, anytime sports, dog. All right, guys, y'all be safe. Peace.